Okay guys, so I measured and these are about 5 by 4 and um well, it's a little bigger, like 5 1/4, but I think for papers I want it to be like 5 by 4 3/4. I'll cut them 5 by 5. So I'm looking at what I'm going to decorate the pages with initially. So I don't need the cover. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe, no, I'm not going to do it. So 6. Only need 6 pages for this part, but then we're going to have, of course, the signature and the notepad thing, right? So I have this pack of paper. And these ones are already coffee dyed. I'm going to pick out some, actually, that one's pretty good dye. And this one's good dye. I'm going to pick some that aren't so heavily dyed to do, stenciling on. And then I'm going to leave the other ones for just, so all of these are lighter. This one's a little darker. Okay, we're going to put these aside because I want to keep them just as they are, I think. And so we'll just pick out a couple. Oh, this one has nice lines on it, though. I'm going to leave that alone, too. That would be good for writing on for me. Yeah, that's from that one, too. The thing I laid it on. So we'll just pick out 5 or 6 of these. And we'll stencil and stuff. All right, let me put these aside. And put these back with these. And put them in my bag down here. All right, so the goal for today is to make some 5 by 4 1/4 pages to glue onto the paper bag. All right. All right. So we have some options. I think the first one we'll do stencils. Let me get some scrappy paper under here too. I'm not going to cut it first. I'm going to do the whole sheet. Hang on. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to pull up my Altenew thing and just use my glass mat. It's going to be more glary, but it'll clean up better. Hang on. Okay, guys, so this is one of the Dollar Tree stencils, and I realized that these little squares, if you go into here, are like 5 by 5, so how perfect is that? So I'm going to do, I think, this sheet I'll do in greens, and I have peeled paint and ice spruce, and maybe we'll do 2 of each. So let's do peeled paint first and see how it goes. I'm using my blending brushes here. I don't know how this is going to work, but because it seems, you know what, I need more tape because it keeps popping up, and that's not going to be good. This is scrapbook.com's mint tape, but I have rolls of Post-it tape, and they work perfectly fine too. I'm not loving how this pops up, but we're going to give it a try, or maybe we'll do like 2 shades of green. I don't know. We're winging it today. And then I can cut these down, and then I can decorate on top of them, right? I didn't bring in that other kid tablet one to use in this journal because A, I have enough coffee dyed paper. And I also have that book with the wild animals. I don't think we're going to do anything with that today in this video. So, how are you doing? Are you done your junk journal yet for Paper Terrace's challenge? I'm not considering this for the challenge, but I am using mostly Dollar Tree things. I am probably going to bring in a little bit of non-Dollar Tree paper. I have this piece here just to wipe my brush off. And I have so many inks, guys, not just Distress Oxide. I want to just try something. I want to do a few little bits of, well, I want to do a few little bits of shaded spruce in here, just to add some different color. It's not really showing up, is it? Clean the brush off real good. It might need to be re-inked. And I do have, yeah, look, that's better. I do have the re-inkers. I don't want it all on top of it, but you know. All right, let's take that one off and move it to another spot. Let's see how it is. That's going to be cool, right? So that's going to go like on, not the front, but inside somewhere. All right. I'm having so much fun. You really just don't know how much fun this is for me. You see, the only thing I don't like about these Dollar Tree stencils, like this kind, this is different. Maybe we'll use one or two of them today too. Is, the cardboard's underneath, so it gets messy too. Let's just move up. I have to turn it this way because otherwise I'm off screen. I'm trying to realize when I'm on or off screen for you. And I know now, if I use the glass mat, sorry, I just bumped you. I have to be an inch up on here or I'm off screen. So I'm trying. Oh, it's not big enough. Okay, well, that's another thing we just learned. So we're just going to do 2 on each sheet, and then this part, ooh, maybe this part can be for the little tablet. There's an idea. All right, so we're just going to do 2. I'm going to go to the edge again. And I think I'm at the edge, sort of, down here. Okay. So we'll do that. So just 2 per sheet, and then we'll save the other part for something else. All right. I'm going to do it the same way. Actually, let me start with shaded spruce, and I'll highlight with peeled paint this time. And then we'll do a different stencil. We'll do the giraffe one with different colors. Well, I call the giraffe one. It's not really. It's whatever you want it to be, right? And you could just do partial stencil, but because this is to decorate the pages and I'm not supposed to use other paper, although I might on 1 or 2 pages. Yeah, don't tell. Okay. Which color do you like better? I haven't decided yet. I think I like both. I have other greens that are not Distress Oxide, but I don't know. I want to use my inks that I've had for a long, long time and hardly ever used. That moved a little bit. That might actually create a cool effect though too. I think I'm going to go around the edges with this time. And just a little bit in the center. Because I felt like it. Yeah, that's cool. They're both cool. All right, let me clean my brush off. We're going to switch to, well, and wipe this off. I'll be right back. I want to clean that off a little bit. And then we're going to move to this print here that looks like giraffe. And I'll bring in a new paper. Okay, guys. So, I discovered that if you don't mask off your other stencils or put scrap paper underneath, you will get stuff on your cardboard that came with the set. So yeah, trying to be better about that now. And this time I'm using Stampin' Up's Pecan Pie because I just like the color better than what I have. I also discover that one there is going to go, it's partially covered by that little screw thingy. What's that called? Brad? I don't know. I don't know. So I have this and I have early espresso, but I thought that would look cool for giraffe color or something, you know, something wild animal looking. I don't know. To me, it reminds me of giraffe. Although the background paper maybe should be more yellowish. But maybe I can spritz it with some yellow or kind of go over the background with a small brush with a yellow. We can try it. Or not. So this is very simple. But we're going to do some other kinds too, where I'm going to use stamps and we'll stamp all over the page. That'll be more fun. All right, let's see. So there's what we're going to have for this. And then we'll just move it over and do this side too. So we'll have 2 each. And what did I say? I need 6, right? This is my scrap paper. It's copy paper, but you know, sometimes if you print something, you get like one sentence on the other page or whatever. And probably most of you don't print that much other than pictures and stuff nowadays, but I'm old school. I still do. Even my daughter said, "What do you print?" I print copies of my bills, you know, that I pay online. I do. I print it all anyway. So I feel like all this Save the Trees by the companies, in my case, just push the cost to me. Yeah, like everything else. Anyway, so I'll just use pecan pie again. And maybe I'll bring in on this one a little early espresso um, and do 2 tones again. Or what else do I have? I could have done crumb cake and pecan pie. Oh well. All right, let's bring in some early espresso. Dark brown. Oh, forgive me. Hang on. So before we get started, I just want to show you something. Now, if you watch my deck be years, you'll see this later in the month. But I had some texture paste that I filled with pigment sprinkles and mixed it together to get this green. It was Altenew texture paste, embossing paste, excuse me. It's wonderful stuff. Anyway, I just put it on this extra card. I might end up using that because it's kind of a scrap. I didn't fill the whole card, and I might be able to use that for a tag or something. So, because I'm done the challenge already, I might be making a few little exceptions with this journal. I have to line it up again. My son turned the heat down to sleep, which I loved also because I prefer to sleep when it's cooler, but it's very damp today and the cold and the damp is wreaking a little havoc with my sinuses. So forgive me if I'm sniffling. I don't want to keep breaking for tissue breaks and stuff. You know what? I'm going to leave that off a little bit and maybe we'll get some dark lines around the edges of the other color, the pecan pie, and just some variations in the colors of the marks. I think that's all I want to do on that. Let's see how it looks. Ugh, double vision. All right, I'm going to clean this one up and then we're going to do some stamping. So let me get that stuff out. And I'm not stamping with oxides because I don't like how they stamp. All right, be back in a minute.